Join me as I dive into the myths beyond Olympus and see if I can separate fact from fiction. Myths surrounding Olympus have always fascinated me, and I'm sure many of you out there. From the mighty Zeus to the intriguing Hades, their stories have captivated us for centuries. But have you ever stopped to think about the myths behind the myths? The ones that are often overlooked or misinterpreted? That's what we're going to explore today. Let's face it, a lot of what we think we know about the gods of Olympus is probably based on popular culture or watered-down versions of the original myths. We've all heard the stories of Persephone and Demeter, or Orpheus and Eurydice, but how many of us have actually delved deeper into their origins and true meanings? When it comes to myths, it's easy to get caught up in the romanticized versions we see in movies or TV shows. But what about the original stories? The ones that were passed down through generations, often with darker or more sinister twists? Those are the ones I want to explore today. Take, for example, the myth of Prometheus and the theft of fire. We all know the basic story. Prometheus defies the gods, steals fire, and gets punished for eternity. But have you ever heard the details about how Prometheus was actually a complex character, driven by a desire to help humanity? Or how his actions were motivated by a need to challenge the authority of Zeus? Or what about the story of Tantalus, who was cursed by the gods for his cruel deeds? Did you know that his story may have been inspired by an ancient ritual, where humans were sacrificed to the gods in exchange for fertility and prosperity? These are the kinds of myths we're going to uncover today. Another fascinating myth is that of Phaethon, who dared to drive the chariot of the sun. We've all heard the story of how he lost control and almost destroyed the earth, but did you know that his story may have been inspired by ancient astronomer priests, who used his myth to explain the movements of the stars? And then there's the myth of Narcissus, who fell in love with his own reflection. But what about the darker side of his story, where he's depicted as a symbol of self-obsession and the dangers of unchecked ego? These are the kinds of myths I want to delve into today, to show you that there's often more to the story than what meets the eye. Here's the thing, most of us have a pretty solid understanding of the popular myths surrounding Olympus. But what if I told you that one of the most well-known myths is actually based on a massive misconception? A myth that has been perpetuated through the centuries, despite being entirely inaccurate? Let me tell you, it blew my mind when I first learned about it. And I think it'll blow yours too. It's time to challenge our perceptions and dive deeper into the world of Greek mythology. In the world of Greek mythology, it's easy to get caught up in the surface-level stories. But today, we've explored some of the myths that lie beyond the popular narratives. From Prometheus to Phaethon, and from Narcissus to Tantalus, we've seen that there's often more to the story than what we initially thought. So, what's your favorite myth from Greek mythology? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to check out my next video, where we'll be diving into even more mythological insights. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.